Bun. Deci ideea e următoarea și te rog frumos să-i traduci, ori tu, ori Bianca, sau care vorbește mai bine engleză. Eu, personal, nu am nevoie de niciun apărător. Eu sunt în stare să mă descurc singur în absolut orice situație. 99% din cazuri, să zicem că trec cu bine. Dar eu, ca să obțin rezultate pozitive în caz de abuz, ca să zic așa, eu mă descurc și în faza de inițiere, de discuții cu agenții, mă descurc și într-o sală de judecată, mă descurc și într-un tribunal fără nicio problemă. Am și cazuri câștigate cu documentele care le-am avut înainte. Eu, pentru a mă reprezenta cu documentele astea într-o sală de judecată, să zicem, eu am nevoie de niște dovezi. Le iau și le pun în discuție acreditările de la Națiunile Unite sau de la instituțiile țării în care se desfășoară activitatea respectivă. Dar ca eu să confirm că Națiunile Unite a acceptat documentul ăsta, eu trebuie să am o dovadă. Cum facem în situațiile astea? Bianca, m-ai auzit? Bine, George, zi tu acum.
Alex is saying that he personally don't need someone to represent him, like a lawyer or some another entity in a court of room. He can handle it himself, but it's some proofs, like a document of the from the United Nations who said that it's recognized the common law court. So this is a possibility that we have.
I have paperwork just now. The only things we have is we have a letter notifying the United Nations about our position and what we have done. They haven't responded, and what we have is we have courts in France, in England, in Spain, in Italy, and in Norway. We've actually sent paperwork too. That not only was sent from the embassy and the Korean community, but they have actually responded back to us at the embassy. Now, we've actually contacted the police as well throughout the UK and various forces and over on Ireland and on the continent as well, but they actually respond to us as well. So according to the structure that they operate in, if you set up and you engage with them, as in you have a conversation and there's correspondence come back and forth, providing that's established between the parties, that establishes your position. We've sent off numerous papers and we're involved in court actions across Europe. He says, and they actually respond to us at the embassy. So we actually have proof of all that.
It's any chance that we're gonna have that letter? Can you send?
They're not letters. They're actually court cases. They're court cases that we get involved in, and we actually send them right to the court. We put some of this stuff on the internet as well to let you know. And there is obviously stuff there we do get responses.
Te aud, Gică, zi.
Au spus că au făcut o grămadă de scrisori, de e-mail-uri sau scrisori, letters, către Națiunile Unite. Încă nu le-au răspuns, doar în cazuri în care au avut procese, au primit răspuns de la ambasadele respective.
Bun. Și în răspunsul respectiv ce să menționa acolo?
What response does the letter have?
Sorry?
The letters that you send it.
Yes.
What they respond about?
If they respond, it's actually to do with confidential cases. It's for cases for people like yourselves. We actually deal with them, we assist them, and we write, obviously through the embassy, we write to them directly, but they respond to us at the same address. So they're responding to the embassy at Crewin House with the address, and they're responding to me as a diplomat because I'm actually a diplomat. So when I speak to them, I actually list myself as a diplomat. Now, when I went in to the police station just now, they've actually confirmed the paperwork's come in and it's been sent from a diplomat and it's sent to the embassy. They've actually just confirmed that in a police interview, and there's paperwork and documentation to confirm that this is the case. But all these papers are to do with existing cases for other individuals, but the paperwork comes to us and not passed on. I can have documentation. I can actually probably get documentation. What I could do is I could show you the headed paper from their courts, and I can show you the address it's been sent to. That's confirming our position. So I could actually do that. As I said just now, to do this just now, we have people in 188 different countries. We have thousands and thousands of people, and we're contacted literally all the time for people. So we're actually getting together with yourself to try and obviously help you to understand what's going on. We don't have the time, obviously, to go to people individually and obviously sit down and do this. We have this information. Is that fine? We've explained what we want. If you wish to use it, we're quite happy to help use this paperwork and documentation. We'll explain how it works. But the point being is, if you'd wanted to do something just now, we could have actually sent paperwork in to your police station or to your government, and they would have to respond to us through the embassy. So that actually happened. We can do that. So it's fine. But as I said just now, it's actually getting involved. And unfortunately, you need to understand a little bit more about what you're doing, and we actually have to help out. Unfortunately, we actually don't have, because there's not a run for money. This is non-profit. But basically, it says we don't have enough people to help out here. This is internationally at large numbers. We make this stuff available, and we obviously point people in the right direction. But we can actually help if you wanted to do in certain cases.
Zigică.
Răspunsul potențial parte din caz și ca diplomat, el fiind diplomat, nu pot să dea răspunsul, doar că...
Here's one. I've just actually got just now. It came in, right? This here, I'll soon show you this, right? I don't know if you can see this, right? I'll see if you can do this. This is for an individual. This is from the government. Now, the top of the page here, this is a government body. It's a Crown Prosecution Service. Now, the Crown Prosecution Service is actually the prosecutors in England, England and Wales. Now, this is sent to an individual we're helping. You can see it's been sent to the embassy at Pooran House. Now, this is from the UK government. So we actually have loads and loads of these things, but it's sent to our address and the embassy here. So that's it. Now, that's just one, but we actually get that for different people, and we deal with this on a regular basis. So we have these things, but this confirms our position. Now, we have them from England, from Wales, from Ireland, from Scotland, from France, from Spain, from Italy, from Norway. We have these from these countries already. And they've done it, even Australia. We've had it as far as the fields of Australia. So all these things happen and will help personally with cases, and the courts respond to us. Now, again, this is with the people we have. What you've got to remember is we actually sent out court orders to these people. So we've sent out 5 different countries a court order, and we've prosecuted judges. Now, they've actually been sent a court summons. They've got the Commonwealth Court paper. Now, if you issue paperwork that's supposed to be a court order, if it's not a valid order, we'd be in prison for international crimes. We've been doing this for 7 years, and we've actually prosecuted 9 different judges in 7 different countries. And again, all the people have been served, and they've accepted them all. Even an ex-Prime Minister of the United Kingdom was prosecuted. So we've prosecuted these people, and the records of this is actually on the site as well. So the court orders are on our site. You can see the court orders, who it's been served on, even internationally, and these people correspond to us, they write back to us at the embassy address. So that confirms what we're doing is valid. But as I says, a lot of information you want is actually on the site already.
Zigică.
Lung răspunsul dat de Jhon, încerc să...
Bianca, ne ajuți tu?
eu aud foarte prost, nu știu de ce. Calitatea e foarte proastă la mine și mă chinuie să aud foarte, foarte greu.
Aici se aude. Marian.
Și la mine la fel, stau așa cu urechea, mare lucru, nu înțeleg sincer.
Nu înțeleg de ce.
Aveți, eu vă aud bine pe toți, fără nicio problemă.
Păi și eu te aud bine pe tine, dar pe el e...
Nu, se aude ceva, sunt ceva distorsiuni într-adevăr acolo, dar se poate înțelege. Bun. Am înțeles eu în mare despre ce e vorba, vreau să fiu sigur. Zi de George, dacă poți să ne ajuți.
Cu referitor la răspunsul lui Jhon, da?
Da.
Au spus că ei funcționează legal, adică dacă nu erau legal, erau în pușcărie pentru crime internaționale. Adică poți ajuta un pic, Daniela? Ai înțeles ce-o zis?
Vorbeam mult despre
Bun, lăsăm așa. Eu am înțeles în mare despre ce e vorba, dar am vrut și pentru alții care nu înțeleg engleză să ale. Nu mai contează. Vreau să ne spun un pic, să ne lămurească cu privire la cele două companii, cu Cammon Court și Comunitatea Crime. Sunt două companii înregistrate în sistemul din Marea Britanie care au trezit o serie de suspiciuni. În România se vehiculează că Cammon Court și Comunitatea Crime din Marea Britanie și internațional n-ar fi altceva decât niște companii. În condițiile în care comunitățile au fost înființate din 2017 și 2019 pe internațional și companiile respective din 2024. Să ne spună un pic, să ne explice cum s-a ajuns să se facă companiile respective, cum funcționează comunitatea, cum funcționează compania și ce se întâmplă în momentul de față acolo.
So, can you tell us please about the Common Court and the crime community? How do they work in the British legislation? Because in Romania we have some issues like they are considered companies, not
Yeah. What happens in common law court, in the Croon community, we have no connection to the state at all, none at all. We don't work with the governments, we don't work with the police, we're not bound to them at all. However, when we operate the common law court, we've been doing this for 8 years now, there has been people in the past have stolen our logo and used our name, copy our website, and obviously tried to make money through the website, through their own companies. They tried to do that, saying they're connected to us, and they obtain money and law. Now we have to try and protect things. Now if we have the name for the Common Law Court in the Croon community, the last thing we're going to do is leave that spare. So what we've actually done is to protect these names and identities, we actually purchased a company name under the statute system, a company system. Now that means there's two companies, one for the Croon community and one for the Common Law Court. So they're protected. We've bought the names. But if you see for the records, nothing's ever happened. It doesn't trade, it will not trade, it will never do anything. We've purchased the names only to protect the people. The last thing you want is you want to be involved with the government or with a government body or anything else. So what we've done, we've set this up under common law, but we've protected the name by purchasing it and just leaving it. So it does nothing. Nobody else can use this at all, which means you're protected. Now, as I said, this came up when I was interviewed by the police as well. They say, well, you have two companies. I said, yes. And they say, well, why have you got two companies? They said, well, they're not trading. They're not doing anything. And then they said, well, why did you purchase the name? And so I purchased it so nobody can use our name unlawfully because it affects all the people. So nobody else can do it in their system. So the names were purchased for that, but the companies don't trade, they don't do anything, they're not involved, they don't actually do nothing. The name is only purchased to protect it so nobody else can use it.
spus că ei nu funcționează sub jurisdicția Guvernului Marii Britanii și, într-adevăr, acele două companii au fost cumpărate, înființate, au cumpărat numele pentru că s-au confruntat cu cazuri în care le-au fost copiat logo-ul și identitatea.
Alright.
Și ca să se salveze, să nu mai fie suspiciuni, au cumpărat numele, iar ca și companii, ele nu funcționează, nu tranzacționează, sunt doar pentru a proteja identitatea membrilor.
Corect, eu știam. I know that, but the people in Romania ask me all the time, what is the company here? Is not a community. No, I talk to him, it's just community. I know that, but I need to explain all the peoples, you know, sorry.
The problem, it's okay, I understand. The problem we have, and while I'm happy that lots of Romanians join, and we're quite happy to help out, unfortunately, there's nobody coming in and putting questions to us. It takes lots and lots of time to deal with individual problems and to speak to them. And again, we have this in countries all over the world, speaking to people. But the point is, what we're trying to do is get people who know about common law, know about our system, to try and speak to people and let them know how it works. Because we don't have the time to meet with everyone. You can have 100, you can have 500, 1,000 people. We physically don't have time to speak to every one of these people. But the point is, what we have to do is set up something so we can work with you and we can help you. But we are limited with what we've got because obviously we don't charge for this. And obviously, so we have here people purchase documents, which they get, which is fine. But we don't actually have staff. We have people here helping out, but there's only a few of them. And as I said, we work with people in different countries. I've got people in Europe, people in America, in Australia. We speak to people like yourself. He said, but we've actually set up something so we can have a chat every so often, we can help out. But unfortunately, he said, there's a lot of things I need to be comfortable that you understand this before we can actually start developing that and setting up something in your own country. But as I said, there's a possibility. What we'd like to do when we set up the embassies, we'd like to have an embassy in every country, including Romania. But the point is, we cannot come around and say, we'll open this up, because we need to be happy that we have someone with the knowledge we can put in and they know that they're actually working with us. But all these things can happen. It's only today is the first time we've actually had a meeting like this to sit and discuss it with yourselves. So if you can actually put something together and we can work together, it's something we can aim for in the future. But in the meantime, we can actually work with you to help. It makes it easier if you come in and you have certain questions. You've asked about the companies and things like that. It says anything you have, if you give us an answer, we'll do that. We'll just answer these quickly to try and help the people to understand.
Look, I'm a very strong man, and I have in the back many peoples, free men and free women. They want that, the big community. When we work together, we are at the force in the planet. Yeah. This is my big target, you know?
Yeah.
And I want to work together to community and to peoples with us and the Romanian peoples. We are wherever in the world. Look, Bianca is United States. This one is in Olanda. Another one is in Bucharest. Another one in Sibiu. We have the peoples in all the world. You know? Yeah. Sorry, my English is not so good, but I thank you.
It's better than my Romanian, so no, you're doing well.
Thank you so much. Așa că, cine vrea să Marian, dacă mai ai întrebări, mai aveți subiecte.
I have a question, Mr. Jhon. Here in United States, if I want to address any questions, is there anybody that I could contact here who can guide me?
No, it's just our offices here. We do have people, we have many people in the United States, but they don't actually work with us. They just sign up for the document. documentation and to confirm their position.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, for example, if I want to contact certain agencies, certain, institutions, like to point me in the right direction.
In relation to what we do, no. Common law, no, because they don't deal with it properly. In America, they will say they deal with common law, but they don't. The thing you need to understand is when in the UK, the government say we have common law courts. We don't. Common law means that it's for the men and the women only. Living men, living women, no government, no authorities, nothing.
Right.
Now, when you speak to the government in America, you speak to someone about common law, they say, well, we deal with that in our courts. But you can't, because the courts are companies, they're businesses, they're corporations. So the common law that they say is common law is not actually common law. It's a corporate version. And it says it doesn't apply to us. We deal with it directly here under common law for living men and women. And as I said, we help people and we'll advise and we can help out as much as possible. We put up the website. We're actually working on that. There's information going up. We're going to try and use the latest news. But if we keep putting up more and more information, it will help people. In relation to obviously speaking to somebody in America, if you said that you needed help, I said it would actually have to be, depending on what it was, there's information on the site, we can point you in that direction, or if you need specific help, you can contact us directly. We would actually explain whether in a position we can help with, or we point you in the direction. But we don't actually have any contacts and we don't deal with government bodies, none of them.
No. What I mean is like, okay, let's say now that I have the papers, where do I go to declare myself a free woman? Which institution do I need to go to apply to present these documents so that they can recognize me?
Well, you don't. Bear in mind, we've nothing to do with the state or their authorities. When you join the common law court, you make a personal declaration to confirm that you're living. When you make that declaration and you fill the forms, you've achieved and you've done what you've said because it's recorded on the site and you have the reference number. That's it. You don't need to do anything. If you want to inform the authorities before of your position, you can just write to them to explain that you have obviously changed your position just now. You've registered with the common law court. You have a birth certificate here and give them the reference number. That's fine, but that's down to you. You don't have to notify the authorities at all. You've done that because you've recorded the information with a declaration on our site. You have a reference number. That's all you need. And
okay, I see.
Yeah.
There is another question that I'm sure a lot of the people here are concerned is the matter of taxes. Because a lot of people are paying taxes, mă refer la impozite, taxe.
Da, mă, da, știu, am înțeles, eu înțeleg, eu n-am treabă, zi.
In regard to taxes and paying taxes, so if we don't need to give any information to the authorities that we are free, do we just not pay taxes?
Right, okay, well, you're going to end up in trouble.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like,
yes,
who do I need to inform?
Right, okay. What we do is there's two options here because on the site, when people join the site and fill out forms, we don't charge for anything. Now, what happens is that many people do not have money and they can't afford to do that, especially if they have a large family and children. So we don't charge. So everyone records information. The only thing we do is if people then say, I require a certificate or require something which we can't give free, so we obviously pay for that. Now, what happens in relation to something like tax, we've provided paperwork for you, which means you can use the paperwork on the site and send it into the authority. So if it was the tax office, you can take the paperwork we have on the site, you can amend it and put your details in and then submit that to the tax authorities. And then when they come back, which they will, you then have to deal with the response. You could obviously contact us, but you're required to deal with it directly. Now, on a separate issue, we're working for something. We're working with paperwork now that will protect everyone in every country. Now, we've put paperwork together And because it's been abused in the past and what happened, we put together something that's literally foolproof. It means in any country, in any court, in any government, you cannot deal with this. Now, literally, it's that good. This is it can be used for anything. Now, we've put this together, and we actually had it tested with a couple of cases in England, and we actually went to I don't know what you call them, it's like the top of the legal system, like a barrister or a PC or something. We went to one of them who's retired, showed him the paperwork, and he couldn't believe it. He says, literally, it will even get people out of prison. So he says, look, I'm concerned about it because the paperwork's that good. We started using it a couple of months ago. We've had 3 or 4 cases dismissed already. We've prevented a couple of evictions, and we've served paperwork on the tax authorities. And we've done that, but for this service, we do that, but it's dealt with through the Crew community and the embassy here. So the paperwork comes, apart from the initial letter, the document which is provided, we actually do that there. But for that service, we do actually charge. Now, I have a folder here just now with these things just now. I'm just going to click on just now. We've got documents here. Now, the documents here we've actually done with proof of postage as well. I'm just going to show you one here so I can get that. We've got documents here. The paperwork, if I just show you, let me do this. The paperwork here, right, that's the common law court. Now, the common law court paperwork is there, and this is recorded delivery, so it's been served on it. But before we actually done that, this is pages, a few pages here for the whole thing. What we've done before that is we issued paperwork from the Korean community on different parties. So the different parties with these stickers here, that's recorded delivery slips. So what we do is we send the paperwork to the tax office, to the government minister, and to various other bodies. Now what we do is we notify them, tell them that you no longer have to pay tax, and not only you no longer have to pay it, we need written confirmation from them that they've accepted it. If they do not accept it, we're going to put in a fee schedule. We'll put a fee schedule in against them, and then after 14 days, if they don't comply, we issue what we call a court order, but it's a charge for payment. Now, the orders that we issue, the charge for payment, actually have been here. Well, this one was done recently. It says this is a charge for payment. This is a charge for payment that was issued for money, and again, the document here that's recorded delivery is to the individuals, but when we do that, it's also stamped as well with court seals. So you've got court seals here for embossed. So these things are sent out to the authorities. Now, when we sent them out to a company, a bailiff's company, a mortgage company, they were trying to evict someone. We actually sent this out, and the individual received the paperwork the day before the bailiffs turned up, and they turned up. But when they tried to evict them, we phoned the police, and I personally spoke to them for 4 hours. We had an officer, 4 officers turned up. They then called the sergeant who came to the scene. I spoke to the sergeant. He then contacted the chief inspector. He then obviously sent a copy of our paperwork to the lawyers for the police. And after 4 hours, they accepted all our documentation. They told the bailiff to remove themselves, and they said if the bailiff didn't leave, they would be arrested by the police. Now, this was the last week in November, and this is they've never been contacted again because this has got rid of that mortgage dispute. So this paperwork works for everything. It will work for taxes. You don't have to pay taxes, but we can actually do that. But that is a hell of a lot of work. So for that, we have a fee. We charge for that, but it's a one-off fee. But obviously, bearing in mind when that's covered, you're then in the position now that we have a court order which we're now going to enforce. So these people owe money, and we're trying to enforce that for the people concerned. So we're doing that. So there are options available, but obviously that costs money. If you wanted to do it yourself, put information on the site, which is very similar to what we do, but you have to do the work yourself. The paperwork is there. All you need to do is amend it, put in your details, put in your tax reference number, and then you can send it to the tax authorities. But it's actually on the site. You can do it. There's no charge. Okay?
Ok, thank you. Bianca,
Da.
noi te auzim foarte bine. Tu l-auzi pe Jhon, ai înțeles răspunsul?
Nu prea. prea, să fiu sinceră, nu a vorbit și foarte încet, a mai și mișcat documentele alea. Puțin așa am înțeles.
O mare parte din asta vreau să spun, o mare parte din răspunsurile care trebuia să le dea eu le aveam și puteam să ți le spun eu dinainte de astea. Eu cunosc foarte bine procedurile și știu cum funcționează. Mr. Jhon, I have a last question.
Yeah.
Bianca, help me, please.
Ok.
În momentul de față, eu cunosc foarte bine procedurile după care funcționează Cammon Law Court și comunitatea crime. Eu sunt convins că poziția
Alex,
mea...
puțin ca să-i traduc așa, să vorbești un pic și să-i spun,
Okay.
ca să fie mai bine, da?
Ok.
So Alex knows everything regarding to the laws and to the community, common law and the crime community.
Bun. Eu cunosc foarte bine ce am de făcut ca om liber și știu să mă reprezint în orice situație, fie de interacțiuni cu poliția, fie de interacțiuni cu instanța de judecată.
Okay. He knows how to represent himself when he's dealing with the police, in a court of law, any type of situation.
Dar sunt foarte mulți români care nu pot să facă treaba asta și au nevoie...
Yeah, okay. But there are a lot of people in Romania who don't know how to do this. And it's complicated and that's the trouble.
Și au nevoie de ajutorul meu. Sunt solicitat, am foarte multe solicitări în direcția asta. Mulți oameni au probleme cu justiția, cu autoritățile din cauza neplata taxelor și impozitelor, cu diferite situații.
Okay, a lot of people in Romania reach out to him because they need his help in regard to all kind of issues, law, taxes, any type of legal.
Eu în momentul de față sunt în Spania și el știe foarte bine. În câteva luni o să mă duc în România din ora acasă și o să deschid un birou pentru informații și pentru a-mi ajuta semenii.
Presently he's in Spain, as you know probably, but in 2 months he will go to Romania. He wants to open an office there to help everybody in Romania who is reaching out to him and they need help. Vreau
să știu dacă putem face o colaborare între biroul nostru din țară și comunitate, în special ei din Marea Britanie, să facem o acreditare sau ceva, sau dacă nu mă pot baza, eu oricum îl deschid și mă descurc singur, vreau să știu și să lămuresc cu privire la chestia asta și poziția, să văd pe care direcție mă duc. El îmi poate elibera o acreditare ca să funcționăm în colaborare și să mergem mai departe așa, sau eu mă separ și mă duc pe drumul meu, că eu oricum trebuie să-mi ajut oamenii mei, să-mi ajut frații mei.
Is there any way to open an office in Romania that collaborate with the Common Law Court in Great Britain and the Crane community?
I actually explained at the start that this moment in time, Alex, like many other people, will know how to deal with himself in court. They will know how to deal with the authorities as well, which is fine. Unfortunately, I don't know what Alex uses. Now, the point is, Alex may use legislation. He may use different things like, I don't know, it could be UCC or something like that. He could be using all that. We don't use any of this for the Common Law Court. So therefore, when he's actually passing on information or using it, we wouldn't actually accept that or work with him until we found out exactly what was happening. Now, as I said just now, this is the first time we've spoken to Alex. We've had problems just now with the Common Law Court, but even just now with the Common Law Court, there's issues which he doesn't understand, and he couldn't actually pass on to other people because he's on the phone just now, we're on this call to try and find out how we can work together and how we can use it. Alex, the argument we put in the paperwork we prepared just now, Alex never seen that. So therefore, he doesn't know about that, he doesn't know how he works, and that is what we use in the court. But Alex doesn't know that. So therefore, how can you teach people about what we do if he doesn't understand? Now, I'm not saying it's not going to happen because we want offices in every country. We're quite happy to do that, and I'm quite happy to work with anyone. Yourself. whether or not we can put together something, I don't know whether it's a conference or a course or something. We could probably do something to assist, but we need to get people that we can work with, and this is why I'm on the call today. So we can actually single out some people we can work with, and when we can obviously be comfortable enough that we're working together, then we can look at opening premises. So that's something we can do. But at this moment in time, no, we wouldn't consent to that until we can clarify our position and we know what's exactly going on.
Alex, ai înțeles?
Împart, parțial, da, zi-mi, te rog.
Eu nu prea am înțeles ce a zis, de-aia. Că ți-am zis că nu aud bine. A spus că în mare parte nu se poate pentru că nu cunoaște legile acolo, în România. El vrea să colaboreze, însă nu sunt diferite legi în România.
Yes, I understand that perfectly, but I know the law in the Romania. This is the...
That's statutory law. We don't deal with statutory law. It's common law, and what we do, you need to understand. We don't use their law. We hold them accountable under our laws, what we deal with.
I work by common law court. Is for me is more important, but I have to know the system in the Romania.
Yeah, but the point is, yeah, that's fine, that's okay. But the point is, when we put in a case just now, I'm putting in paperwork today. But the paperwork is going in today. We're actually ordering their court to give us a decision here and to confirm their position regarding the crewing community, the embassy, and also our diplomats. Now, when I actually put the paperwork in, if we get the result, which I'm hoping we'll get, because they can't challenge us, that means that we've set this up for everyone in the world. But the point is, that is followed on. This is a follow-up one from the paper we put in. We've got a 10-page document that covers our argument just now, but nobody else in the world does this. Now, you charge some of the things, for example, this is the legal names are titled. These arguments are there, but we've taken loads of issues, put them together, and came up with a good argument, this is all we use. But unfortunately, you don't know that. So if you're going on to pass on information to people, this is not what we're doing. So you're passing on information that we wouldn't recommend. Until we work together and you know what we're doing and you understand it, then we say, right, okay, you can work together and we consider opening an office. But you can't do that just now, because if I ask you, I could say to you, right, we have a case, I want you to write down an argument, what you would do. I would guarantee the argument that you put down will not be what we're using. So therefore, we would not instruct someone to go and pass on information to our people, our members, to advise them with something that we're not doing.
Okay, thank you.
You can have what you want. I'm quite happy with that. But the point is, we need to work together to get the information out to the Romanian people. And whether it's training, whether it's courses, or whether it's setting up something that we can do something,
Right.
have ways to do it. But we've got to find out how to move forward.
Right. Bianca, zi mai departe, te rog. Am înțeles despre ce e vorba și lucrurile astea se reglează în timp, cu o colaborare directă, fie cu el, fie cu alt om de legătură cu care ne putem consulta permanent, sau să facem câte un meeting din ăsta odată la câteva luni, să zicem. Să ne completăm informațiile, să facem schimb de experiență, să ne consultăm, să punem cap la cap anumite situații care se întâmplă sau care s-au întâmplat, din care avem ce învăța cu toți.
Alex believes that if a collaboration and constant communication would be amongst ourselves and you or somebody appointed by you from Romania and between Romania and Croatian community, something like this can be achieved.
We can do something initially, but it says it's difficult because of obviously the amount of people we have. The people that we have just now deal with emails, deal with orders, deal with lots of things internally. We also deal with court cases, we help people, but at the same time we're trying to develop what we're doing and work with people like yourself. But we have people from countries all over the world wanting us. So when it comes to international dealing with that, I tend to deal with that myself. But again, I'm restricted because obviously I have limited time. I need court papers in today for myself, but the paperwork I'm putting in is to assist people in every country worldwide. But once I confirm what I'm doing, it will then be used by people like yourself. But I have to deal with that. That restricts the time I have available to teach people and to speak to them. I'm quite happy to set up something to speak to yourself, but what I need to do, right, if I'm doing this, would you require, I said, would it be helpful if we had, say, a meeting maybe for an hour regularly? That would do. So we can do something like that. It says, but again, my time's difficult, and again, anything can happen. So again, I can't commit to that just now. It says, but once in a blue moon, I can have a meeting. Hey, I've set aside time to do this, and it's difficult. I can't turn around, I can guarantee you, says I can't turn around and say, right, I'll pop in another hour and we can meet next week or next month. I can put it in, things will change. So I can't commit to that and stick to it. The other thing is, we can have a course, but a course doing that is quite a lot that I have to do. But I can actually teach people. But to do that is better hands-on. We could probably do something like that on, say, an hour session, but the point is, it's got to take at least six sessions to go through basic stuff. We have had courses at the premises, but unfortunately that means you have to travel to come over. But again, we can't help with the problem. We don't have money for that. We will not charge for a course. So we don't charge it. We give up time and effort and everything. But the point is, people have to come over. And unless I have a reasonable number come over, it's not worth my time to do it. We're happy to help out. We have Zoom meetings. I can have a Zoom meeting or a Skype meeting with yourself every so often to try and help you. I can't guarantee this is going to be done, say, once a week or twice a week or every week or something, because what you need to do is find out what you need, and then I have to train and explain how we work and help you out. I say, but at the same time, you're also dealing with urgent issues, which is court cases and various other things. So there's a lot going on here. It's finding out what you can do and how you can work with us. I'm quite happy to a degree because I don't charge for this, but I am limited with what we can do. There are things we could do in emergency, but we do charge for that. And as I said just now, we can have Zoom meetings, which I would do regularly with you when I'm available. So we can do that, but the point is to work with you and to develop our community which we want to set up. I need to work with people like yourself in different countries and come to an agreement as to how we can work together. So you have to let me know what you want to do, what you're prepared to do, what you can do, and then we can see if we can set something up.
All right, thank you. Dacă mai aveți ceva întrebări sau...
Hello, Mr. Jhon. Nice to meet you, first of all. Very short question. Actually, it's if you can talk with your team. I apply for a company declaration. I have the card. I receive everything. But I put some questions since 2-3 weeks ago and no one respond about subscription. I will not go in details because I don't want to take from your time. Yeah. I put very clear question, but I think, like you say, you have not too much people who work and maybe there are a lot of work. I will be very happy if they can respond me to my question there because I put some question.
Okay, again, we have people, if it's just processing the forms, if it's just processing the forms, the staff do that, but they will not actually know enough or answer specific questions. You might have questions about it. They only know the basic information. But unfortunately, we have loads and loads of people here that we need to respond to. So I will chase it up just now. We'll speak to someone and we'll see if we can come back to you. We will come back to you one way or another and let you know. It's something, depending on what you do, we can actually pinpoint someone to speak to rather than obviously just sending in to the normal email. If it's company related or something, we've got a couple of people you can actually specifically write to them or come to me as well and we can help with that. But I'll chase it, I'll leave it with me and I'll do that and come back to you. Okay?
Yes, thank you so much. Actually, I don't have too much question because I inform myself, like Alex said. I'm very good student, I print a lot of documents and everything. The point is, it's £50 per month for subscription. but actually the company charged me 69, and actually one time I received the card, and every month I have 16 pounds. 19 is for how do you call, for delivery, but in this case when
it's a processing fee that it's actually added onto the site. We can't get rid of it. We're trying to get around that to do it. You should only be paying £50 per month. That's it. But obviously for that, you assist with the company. You've obviously got that. You've got the documentation and the card as well you should have. And then if you have issues, we will help you with the company if you come back. That's the extra 19 you shouldn't be paying. That was only paid initially. But unfortunately, it says that's a problem with the site. We'll have to deal with that. So I'll sort that out one way or another, and we can deal with that. I apologise for that.
No problem. It's okay. I consider like a donation. I'm happy. I only mention this because it's important to know.
No, it is, but it's not what we do. It shouldn't be happening. But obviously that is a problem with the computer that we need to sort out, because it's done through the WordPress and the payment system. When there's reoccurring payments, they apply that charge. Get it off. So I'll deal with it. Leave it with me and we'll come back to you on that. Okay?
Thank you so much. Only one short things. When they have time, they send me all the paper, but also I order for withdrawal consent, which I don't receive. Maybe sometimes they check. I will send another email today to know it's new. Maybe sometimes when they can, to send me that withdrawal consent card.
I'll check that as well, make sure it's okay. What I'm going to say is, Alex, I'm going to say just now as well, in relation to sending, what we do is we send things through the Royal Mail in the UK. Now, what we do is we take that, we use their delivery service, it's recorded, but what we also do is we send it through there, and obviously the costs are covered and international postage is covered as well. That's fine. When we send stuff to certain countries block it. There's also certain countries that will apply additional charges. It's nothing to do with us. But the point is, they shouldn't be doing that. But they won't release some things to do that. Now, sometimes I say people have went down, sorted it out, dealt with it. They may have had it released. They may have actually had, they may have had to cover something else on their cost, or sometimes it comes back to us. Now, in relation to Alex, you've actually got stuff in Romania we've sent you, and it's not a problem. We've done that. For some reason, because you're in Spain, we've actually sent over something to you twice now to the same address, but they're not accepting it. They won't do it. Now, we have a parcel which came in a couple of days ago, which is here, but we need to send it out, but we can't actually send it that address because they're not accepting it. So either need a new address, or I need to send it to somewhere else, because we cannot get this. They're putting a block in it. Now, we don't have an issue in Spain because we're sending this, and we have people that were sending it the same day.
Okay.
Get stuff, and they're getting
Okay, I can send another address by Germany. It's not a problem. Normal.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Again, of that, and obviously because of that, that's obviously some of the issues we have with postage, but unfortunately it's out of our control, so we deal with it. But if you give us an address for that, we'll send it out again. And again, similarly, if there's any issues with people, we do deal with that.
The reason for refuse my document here is you don't pay and don't declaration is paper is document inside.
But we've actually covered it here at our end. We cover that.
I ask him, and they tell me that we have to necesita. Sorry, Spanish. You have to pay more for when declare.
In the UK just now, we have, say, 2 parcels. One to you, one to someone else. We pay the postage.
All right, we fix it. That is not a problem. It's a little problem. It's not another question. Spune Daniela, ai vrut să zici ceva?
Yes, I'm very interested in the way the things go. You said that you, the whole community, don't interfere anymore with the Institute of the State, with corporates, police, anything else. That means you have your own teachers, professors, doctors, and so on. And I ask this because I dare to think something the same for here in Romania, because we here don't believe anymore in any kind of institute, even not in schools, hospitals, and so on. That's why I think we need to have here common law court here in very Romanian towns.
You can have the common law court. You can actually have one straight away in Romania. You can actually convene a court. But to convene a court, for it to be lawfully acceptable, you have to set up and follow the procedure. Providing you follow the procedure and it's all done correctly, we'll then obviously see what you've done, we'll look at the evidence, and then if it's done correctly, we issue the order, which is fine. So you can have that. Now the Korean community, what we do with the Korean community, we'd like to set people up internationally, and we don't want to do it with the States. So if you have a group of, say you have some teachers, you have some shopkeepers, you have people in different societies, they want to do things, education, healthcare. If you have people like that, teachers, doctors, nurses, they sign up with the Korean community and they're there. When you have a number of, say you have 2 or 3 doctors, you maybe have 5 or 6 qualified nurses, something like that, you can let us know, and then if they're close together, we can actually set up premises there in the Korean community, so you can actually use that for the people in your area. Under the Korean community, so the people can forget about the state, they can go into that clinic, they can do that. You can do it with teachers and education. So if you have a number of teachers, you can open premises and teach children, because all these people will be approved through the Korean community and they'll have a license to either teach or obviously be doctors or nurses or any other thing. We can do that. This is why we get the Korean community. But you need numbers in your own area. We would assist you to set it up. When we set it up, we'll protect you. So if the government come in and start threatening you, we deal with them here. And we obviously deal with the courts on behalf of the people. So we deal with that for you. But to set this up, you have to understand how it works, which is great. But unfortunately, this is the first call we've had. We've spoke together. If you had minimum 10, if you had like 20, 25 people, or even 50 people, if they wanted to come over, I can have a 1-day or a 2-day conference. We can cover the Korean community, we can cover the common law court, we can cover all the questions, and we can explain how it works, even convening a court. And we can show you how to set things up, and we'll work with you. You can go back in your own country and set up. But you need to know how it works. And unfortunately, that's going to be at least a couple of days just to do that. If one individual comes over and says, I'll come over to do this, I'm not going to teach one individual. It's stupid. He says, I don't have the time to spend with one individual. But if you have 25, 30, 40 people,
Exactly.
we can do that and teach them here if they can come over. I'm not going to charge for that. I'll give up time free of charge. All you need to do is come over here. But unfortunately, you have to travel and get accommodation. But if you do that, you can come in. I can set aside 2 or 3 days. And I can show you how to set it up, and we'll help you and we'll give you everything you need. So you can do that with us. But unfortunately, to do that, because you're over in Romania, you're going to have to engage with us, speak to us, and learn about it over a few months. And as you learn more about it, then you can consider doing it. If you wanted to find out and you have the people here to do this course, you can work together, sort it, and you can do it reasonably quickly and set up. You'll know how to do it. But again, it's not something that I'm doing. I've reluctantly do this because I want to try and help people do this as quickly as possible. I don't have the time to do that. But if you came to me and said, look, we do want to do this, we are keen, we have people come over, I'll say, right, okay. And then I'll have to try and slot in a time schedule so we can do it. But I don't charge for that, but we're quite happy to take over people and help out if you want. But again, that's done yourself. We can do things on the video, on the Skype. We can do that and I'll help you as much as possible. But it's going to take many meetings to actually get into the position that you do that. for example, we've got something in the Korean community, we don't actually set it up yet because we're not doing this. We have to speak to people in different countries. If you have a school teacher, and before we let them teach children, it says because of the argument with the government, we need to make sure that they're qualified. If they're qualified just now, we will accept their qualifications. We will give them a qualification through the common law court, and therefore in the Korean community, that means they're actually licensed to operate under common law in the Korean community. The governments can't touch it. It's the same with doctors, with nurses, with healthcare practitioners. If they have an existing license, if you have a doctor who is, I don't know, just a normal doctor, and a doctor's surgery, just general medical care, they have a qualification, so we'll accept that. If that individual who's a doctor comes in and says to us, all right, okay, I'm a doctor, but I would like to be qualified as a brain surgeon, can I get a qualification for that? We'll say no, because he has to have the qualification. Provided he's got that, we will say, right, we will accept that, we'll honour it. That is the qualification you get under common law. So what we do is we register them on a database here, and they're actually given a license number to operate under common law in the Korean community. So when you have people registering, whether teachers, healthcare, anyone, when you get these people in Romania, say you have 50, 100, 200 people, when you have that there, we say, right, you can now set up a clinic, a school, education, police station. You can do all these things when you get the members and when they've recorded on the site. So they record all their information, their qualifications, and they're actually applying to operate and get licensed under the common law court in the Korean community. So we can do that. But unfortunately, it says, well, it's nice to speak to you. It's nice to meet you today. It says, you've actually highlighted these issues about the community and what you want to do. It's great. So we're actually just meeting one another for the first time. I have to make sure that you understand the basics of the common law, the community, and how we're trying to do that. We actually have databases. We have a regulatory body set up. So if within a day, I can say, well, click on today, you can go on and everyone can fill out the forms. You're done straight away. They just kind of say, I'm a doctor, I want to be qualified under common law. We do that straight away. But they have to do that. We've not clicked on because we're not in that position. We're happy to do that for you. We're quite happy to do that. But we need the people to learn about it first. And as I said, it doesn't cost anything. It's just a matter of sitting down and having a conversation. If you really want to do this as quickly as possible, if you can do it and maybe come over for a conference or course or something within our large number, I'm quite happy to do that. If it's not feasible, you can't do that, and you want to meet like this hourly a few times, I'll try and slot in some time to do that, but I can't, because of what I do just now, I can't guarantee that it'll be like the first week, the first day of each week, the first day of each month or something. I can't do that. It's basically when I'm free, I'll do that. I'll try to come back, but it is difficult. Okay.
Thank you. Excuse me, I haven't understand quite all because you have this Scottish English.
No,
or
sorry. Yeah.
Mă poți ajuta puțin cu traducerea, George? Câteva propoziții. Eu nu am înțeles chiar tot. Deci, am înțeles, se poate.
Să îl întreb ceva. Eu spus eu.
Nu. Să-mi spui puțin, în câteva cuvinte, din ce a spus, ca să-mi dau seama dacă eu am înțeles bine sau nu.
Spus că trebuie să...
Mai aproape de microfon, Gică, că nu te auzi.
Te aud cu întreruperi.
Se poate, doar că trebuie să ne strângem un număr semnificativ.
Asta am înțeles.
Câteva zeci de persoane.
Destul de mult să
da.
Zi.
Și, de exemplu, dacă ar fi 10-20 de doctori cu diplomă recunoscută și vrem să facem la noi în zonă, în area noastră, un spital crane sau o școală cu oameni acreditați, el ne pune tot la îndemână ca să putem face chestia. Deci dacă ar fi 20 de profesori care să fie acreditați de sistemul de învățământ din România și cu diplome în regulă, au spus că
Deci orice se poate. Orice se poate face, dar avem nevoie de oameni care să fie bine pregătiți ca să poată să facă treaba. Ok, mersi. Thank you so much. Dacă mai avem întrebări sau ceva?
Something else. If you can tell us something about the Korean currency and what is the area only in Scotland where it circulates?
No, we wanted to set up a Korean currency, but we wanted, it's not attached to the state and it's not attached to the dollar or the pound or anything. What we do is we've set it up, but we were going to back it with gold. So therefore, this is based on the value of gold. That then dictates the price of the currency we have. But to do that, you had to have a processing system for making payments as well to try and do that. So we were trying to put something together and had difficulties. So we've actually put it on hold just now. We can't do that. We're speaking to people just now who are they will allow us to use something and create our own currency. We can actually operate it here, but what they will do is they will provide a card system. So anyone using it has a card that they can use in the machines to take out money as well. We're actually working with 2 people just now to try and do that. And we're getting help from someone in Mexico as well. But the currency is not operating just now. We're not doing that. We're waiting to put it in place. And we will not do it unless it's 100% accepted and secure. So we need to do that. But we're trying to do that. We've got it set up. We just need to link it to a card system and get someone to help us out with it. But we are actually dealing with that. But it's not operating.
I understand that Korean currency is not operated yet.
We have something just now. There's a couple of people who have dealt with something. If they had said they wanted assets protecting from the government, they didn't want to leave it there. What they can do is they can actually forward it, obtain Korean currency. What we do is give them equivalent value based on the gold price, and then they can purchase it there. What we would do is take that, obviously secure the money, but basically have it back in gold. So we can actually do that. So we can protect money if someone wanted to do that. We have a system to take that out. But as I said, it's not something we're advertising or doing. But if someone had needed help and wanted to get money, we can actually take it in, give them a receipt for the money in relation to the value it based on the gold, and it would fluctuate with gold as well. As the gold goes up in price or down in price, that changes the currency value. It's based on gold, and gold doesn't go down. So obviously it's secure enough that we would actually do that and be able to receive. And if they had wanted to access some of that, with a couple of days' notice, we can actually return the money to them as well. So we have a system set up to do it. It's not something we're doing because it's a lot of work, but we could actually help people if they wanted to do it. Hopefully, things will change in the next 3 to 6 months in relation to that. We should be able to get a system set up and running, but we're actually working on that just now.
Ajuți puțin cu traducerea?
Da, au spus că poate crea o monedă și care să aibă ca backup aurul. Se poate și un sistem de carduri.
Bun, discutăm noi după, am înțeles situația. I understand all the situation. I don't want to waste your time. And if you want, transmit the people's, whatever you want, tell me. Tell us on message for Romanian people, for free peoples, men or women in the life. Please tell us who see you the future.
I'm quite, at this moment in time, we help the people everywhere. We will do that and keep working as fast as we can. If you need help and you want to get more involved and you have a lot of people, I'm quite happy to do it, but I need to know how to help you and get the message out the quickest way. You tell me what you can do. Are you available for a Skype meeting? Do you want a conference? Do you want a training course? Do you want it on video? You tell me what you can do. And then basically, if I can help you, we'll accommodate it and we'll set up for you. But I need to know, I can't turn around and say, right, tomorrow I'm going to open up a course tomorrow. Provided we have the people here, I'll do a course for you. I can't, because I don't know that you're going to come over. I can't turn around and guarantee you that I'm going to have a Skype meeting, because last week I was having a Skype with you and the police arrested me, so I was in prison. But obviously I got out in 6 hours, which is fine. I'm dealing with it on behalf of the people. But the point is, I can't guarantee something and know that I'm available. That's why I'm busy. So it's difficult for me to put something in. But I do want to help you. I do want you to become part of this, and I want you to operate in your own country. But you need to understand as much as possible, and unfortunately, we have to get the information to you. You tell me what you can do. When you're available, if you can come over, and then I'll consider it. I'll work it and I'll say, right, this is the way to proceed. Okay?
I tell you, just a minute. Zijica.
Mr. Jhon, is there a possibility, because like how you said, and you are perfectly right, you need some certain amount of people to come over there, and you can, it's fair enough. Is there a possibility if we get those people or more here in Romania, is there any chance for you or someone else?
No, I've actually been offered to go over to Norway, to France and to Spain. They've offered to take me over, fly me, cover costs, cover the hotels, accommodation. I don't have the time. I literally don't have time. I'm dealing with things just now in court. I'm dealing with helping people in different countries, lots of countries. I need all the time we have here to do this. I can't, at this moment in time, I can't travel. If you want to turn around and say, can you come to Romania? I'll say, yes, okay. It will not be for at least probably 9 months, maximum 6 months, a minimum 6 months at least. It will be about a year away before I can consider that. If you want to wait for a year and you want to come over, that's fine, I'll pencil that in. At this moment in time, I can't do that. And that's why it's difficult. Unfortunately, if you want to help and it is urgent and you need to do it, I would need to get the people to come here. But the point is, that's going to cost them money. So therefore, I would give up free time. I wouldn't charge. But I would have to slot in time to teach you. I'm happy to do that. I first have to see when I'm available and do it that way. We can do things like this on Skype, but again, it's not regular enough, and you need to do 5, minimum 5 tennises of these things to get a firm understanding of what we're doing. We can work with it. But even that, as is corresponding, takes time, because when I come off here, I'm going away and check a few things for yourselves. This is to deal with that and check orders now. This and this meeting just now takes up my time. So, as much as I would love to go to all these,
how many days would be needed for a conference to cover all the material?
well, you tell me what you want to cover. Is it only for the common law court? Is it for the community as well? Is it? I have another one. Because if you want to convene a court in your own country, I will show you how to do that. But that's a full day. So you've got 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days, depending on what you want. And if you tell me what you want, I'll get the information available so I can teach you. The difficulty I'm then going to have as well is, while obviously I apologise sincerely, I do not speak foreign languages. It's very, very hard for me to speak English, being a Scotsman. So basically what I need to do is I would need people who have a basic understanding of English, or have someone who can interpret for them. But if we have someone that has to interpret as we're going along, that will slow down the course as well. But if you come to the course, I would have handouts as well. But again, I don't know what you want. The common law court's one. Daniela had spoke about the crew and community, which is really good. It's something you do faster, but you need information about that. So do you want to cover one of these? Do you want to cover 2? Do you want to learn how to do a common law court as well? I don't know. You choose what's important and let me know, and we'll see if we can fix something.
Yeah. Okay. I think as long as we're going to find the people and we come to a common conclusion, Alex will contact you and he will tell you.
That's fine. I'm happy to do that anyway. You have, it doesn't have to be, I think you're over in America just now, I believe.
Yes.
But the thing is, you don't have to have someone just from Romania. You can have people from countries all over the world. If you want to come together, you can come across. You can have, I'm not saying that you're in a position to do so, but if you come around and say, well, look, I want to come. So you can come from America. You have someone from Romania. We've got other countries as well, France, things like that, Spain, Germany, the UK. People can come to this course. So we can actually say, I'm running a course, and we may have other people in mind want to come as well. So if that's the case, that will build up the numbers, and I can let you know. So therefore, if you do have the people, it's fine. But you would need to have more than one from a Romanian of ideally about minimum 4 or 5 anyway, so they can work together, because it's a lot to take in. But I would provide all the people that you need as well for the course and give you away with you. So we'd cover all that for you.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay, the conclusion is, I want to apologize for my attitude before that. I know it's not normal, but we have many problems with the Romanian peoples. I am full.
All you need to do is, if you come to me directly, I say, we'll deal with that, sort out and do it quickly. But the point is, when we're actually doing something, there's no point in going on and on and on about it. We need to speak face to face, and we need to have a meeting. We've just had that.
It's better. We Romanian peoples, we need to talk to face all the time.
Well,
for us, it's normal.
Yeah, I'm happy to meet you as well. But the point is, we've nothing to hide. I'll do that. But the point is, I actually can't do that. Physically, you have to come here. Now, it's nice for me to visit different countries as well. I don't have the time. But the point is, with what you want to do in your communities, and with the Korean community setting up, you can set up your own community in the countries you're in just now, whether it's Romania or other countries, in America as well. You can set it up, but we have to show you how to do it. And providing the people have signed up, you'll have everything you need. We protect you. We'll give you everything you need to deal with it. There's lots of stuff on the site we can point you to, but if you wanted in exceptional cases, if there's something they're dealing with and you needed help, we could actually, for a fee, say, right, this is what we'll do. But we only set, there's one way to do it, and we set a one-off fee, but that takes care of everything. But if we do that, because we're protecting you, we also try to get you money as well. If we're successful, you'll get the government to pay you money. We can call this as well, but as I said, you need to understand first.
Alright, Bianca, te rog frumos să mă ajuți puțin. Am înțeles că există un sfat al bătrânilor sau o adunare a celor în vârstă, a seniorilor din comunitate. Aș vrea să știu dacă se țin întâlniri periodice, când, unde și dacă aș putea să particip și eu în comunitatea, în întâlnirile respective.
Stai puțin, că n-am înțeles. Un sfat al bătrânilor?
Da, există un grup, după câte am înțeles, un număr de oameni în vârstă, vârstnici, care sunt sfatul bătrânilor, ceva de genul ăsta.
Ok. Alex is saying that he understands there is in the community a gathering of senior people, and if it would be possible for him to participate.
Well, we don't. We deal with issues when something happens. We will deal with it. We speak to the people with the community. We actually have 10 people selected just now initially. He said that it's only obviously for these people to discuss what we're doing if there's an issue. If you have the community...
No, senior like in age, like older people. Like a gathering of older people in your community that already exists at the moment?
Oh no, we have people in the community, all ages, just now. Especially older people as well. We actually don't check them just now, but applications come in. This is all the time, daily, every day for the Korean community. So the numbers are up, but it covers everything. Even children, people put their children in as well. We have ages right through to retirement. So we have these people. But this is what we need to do is, if we have, say, 100 people in an area, say Romania, you have 100 people there, what we would do with you is discuss Romania, so you can set up a body of 10 individuals that would take the lead in the community to work with us and set things up. So you can actually do that yourself. and set that up, but we need to have the numbers there in the community, and then we would obviously, the community themselves would appoint people, and they'd have like 10 people. They can actually work with the community to develop it, and they work directly with us.
All right, thank you.
This system here, I say, because people don't understand it, this community and how it's set up, we can explain that, but it's not just one question, it's quite a lot of information. But if you were coming over and we were to do that, we can have a full day discussing this and showing you how it works, showing you how it's set up, and showing you how you can work not only in your own country, with other countries running about you internationally, and with what we do here. It's all linked together. But you need to understand how it works. We can do that, but it's not just a half-hour chat, as this is why you need to understand. So it takes a while to learn about it, or if you want to come over for a course, we can allocate a day and go through it, and we'll tell you then. Okay?
All right, Mr. Jhon, thank you so much. Dacă mai avem întrebări, concluzii, hai să ne apropiem de final.
No more questions.
I will say just now, it's okay. I do not mind, because I get called many names by different people. Just for letting you know in future, I notice out of courtesy, when you speak to me, you call me Mr. Jhon. Mr. in this country is a statutory name. We don't accept that. I say, so we don't respond.
Yes, we know that, but we don't know how to address you.
All right, Jhon.
They call me
Yes.
We wanted to be polite and we don't know how to even just call you Jhon.
Just Jhon.
It's my fault. It's my fault because I talk to my people all the time. Don't say me, Mister. Don't say me, Mister. I'm Alex. Yes, just that.
It's okay. Same with that. It's not a problem. It's fine. It's obviously just a chat, getting to know one another. It's okay. And as I say, I get called many things, so don't worry about it.
It's just respect another. Just that. All right.
The fact you've given up time to do this, that's showing respect and courtesy, the fact that you're doing that, so I acknowledge that as well, that's not a problem. So I respect the fact that you've taken the time to attend today. I'm happy with that anyway, so that's fine, you're okay with me, don't worry about it, okay?
Okay. Jhon, thank you so much for your time.
Not a problem. What I will do is I'm not going to forget about it. I'll check out, obviously, this order you've got just now. Is it Marian? I don't know how you pronounce that. Obviously your name. I'll check out your order just on the company situation. I'll deal with that. But for moving forward, Alex, you want to contact me on the email. Let me know in the email.
Okay, I sent you the address for delivery or my papers or just Janice?
Send it to Janice. She deals with that.
All right, thank you.
You just tell her, give her a new address and we'll sort it. As I said just now, if you need to speak to me, come back to me after you chat yourself. Come back to me, just email me at my email address. Jhon.
All right, thank you so much.
Back here, okay? Right, thank you.
Respect.
For joining. Nice to chat, and hopefully we'll meet again shortly. Okay?
Thank you so much for taking this call for us. It was a pleasure.
And thank you for translating. I know.
My honor. I am honored.
Okay, right, thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
We look forward to more conversations like this in the future.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Thank you.
Fraților, cam asta e treaba. În mare am înțeles despre ce e vorba, da?
Da, da.